Hey Frank, I've got your watch here. It came in at the end of last week, but I didn't get to it before the weekend, so here we are. Generally, I think it's a good looking watch. Um, it's running well. Uh, all things considered, it's low, but the numbers are generally speaking are quite good. Um, it's low. It's out of adjustment, but there's nothing dire. I mean, this is about 3/4 wind, and it's hitting already about 200, which is it's not bad. I mean, it's an excellent condition movement visually. The base numbers look good. I think the base indicators that it's definitely running low. I don't see any lubrication in the pivots that I can see, but it's probably hasn't been abused and it's probably not deeply dirty. Hang on just 1 second for me. Oh wait, hang on. I wanted to see one thing. I had looked at this on Friday, but I just want to make sure. No, it's not bad. It's pretty stiff. There's a little bit of movement on that. There's a little bit of shift on that mainspring barrel. Could see some wear in the lower upper port. Hang on. The only thing I see, I mean, generally the watch is fine. In terms of the biggest issue that I see, oh, actually, hang on, we need to talk about that. You had said this thing had terrible power reserve. Normally, what I would expect to see with terrible power reserve is that it's going to have poor amplitude. Now, it's as it's warming up. I mean, we're getting pretty okay numbers, but I did notice that your winding bridge is terribly loud, and it's we're getting a lot of flip and flop out of it. It's got a lot of movement, so it's probably not winding effectively. The winding bridge appears to be loose and worn, and we could be having some other problems with this. So if it's not winding efficiently, it's going to have terrible power reserve because it's never going to get up to power because there's no way to hand wind these things. Okay, now let's talk about the front. You had said that you didn't want to have any of the patina addressed or anything else like that. That's fine. I normally don't do anything in terms of reluming or anything else like that unless we absolutely have to, unless the customer is really looking at a dire situation in terms of degraded loom. For patina, I don't really touch it. The only thing I see that's interesting is that your hands are aftermarket. This hand specifically, this sweep hand is absolutely aftermarket. So somebody at some point did some work to this watch, and they kind of aged in the hands a little bit to make it more in line with how the dial looked. The dial is actually is a fairly rare one, by the way. They had three versions of the dial. They had the Sua, which had a bar text here and a bar text here. Then they had the non-Sua, which had a big, long, curly Q smile of text here with Hong Kong and all that stuff. Then you had this little transition dial, and it just has the model dial number right here. And it's fairly rare. It's the rarest of the three dials. It doesn't really translate to value, but it's interesting to see. So, if it were my watch, I mean, we know that the winding weight is bad. The numbers aren't terrible. It's up to you. I would recommend servicing this watch. I mean, it's low, but I mean, with a service, it'll run great. And we're probably going to be looking at replacing that winding bridge at a minimum, and it could be that the pawl lever and the intermediate wheel or the ratchet wheel are bad as well, but we're going to have to see. I think generally it's attractive. I don't really even mind the aftermarket hand. You could probably leave it be. If you like the way the watch looks, why not? I haven't really looked at the seals. Your caseback seal is new. I don't know how your crown seal looks. This is the one that not very many people do the crown seals because you have to disassemble the crown to do them. So it's a matter of whether or not you feel like having that done. If it was mine, if I decided to go through it, I would service it. I would make sure that all the seals were new. If they weren't new, I would rebuild with all new seals, and I would replace whatever elements are in the winding bridge that are bad. But I mean, is what it is, and plus you've got a rare dial, which is cool. Okay, talk to you later.